Right, hello, good morning. This was the first day where we actually went out the door together in over 1 month. It's actually been quite rough here at home, like it's been tense. And the reason is that Oscar has been sick on and off for a month. And what's happening is that my partner is like, we invested together in her staying home 1 year to kind of figure out what she really wants to do in terms of work, but also spending this year with being having more time to be supportive with the kids, our daughter transitioning to school and stuff like that. Well, what happens is that when one of the kids are sick, my partner doesn't have the same responsibility to others as she has to herself and the kids, unlike me, because I have my colleagues and all that stuff. So what happens is when one of the kids are sick, my partner has typically taken care of them. But when that goes for like over a month, like she gets super frustrated, of course, that she's not able to do the things she has planned to do. And we didn't communicate that well about it, I think. So it kind of, you know, how the frog in boiling water story. So it just suddenly became too much for her. And then, yeah, I'm not the most understanding person when it comes to my personal life. Professionally, I'm a way better person professionally than I am privately, which is interesting. I make so much more effort in professional life, and I think that's kind of the thing. Like when you're off work, you don't want to spend all that energy. You kind of just want to be yourself, for better and worse. But yeah, so it's been a bit tense here at home. I think we didn't really identify it either. This is my tiny retro on the last month. We didn't quite see why it was tense at home. We thought it was just because one of the kids were sick. But like, you drop out of routines. My partner didn't get to do the stuff she had planned to do. And yeah, it was just a constant frustration. But now it's better. We're back in our routine, and that's good. That makes me happy. Anyways, I had to get that out first. Let's jump into, first we're going to fix something in Edit PR. This is something we have to fix, I think, in CodeSandbox, because like if you run a development server, it runs on localhost, but you access that server from like a domain, a CSB app domain. And then you get into course errors by default. And it's kind of interesting to me because you don't... And it's I'm very confused by this because I'm not getting any logs when I do a post request to the Next.js API, the Next.js server. But if I add the course middleware, which is actually not... That's the thing. Like, the course middleware is at the same spot where I console log, and then it suddenly works. I am super confused. But I'm not sure what to do about that. But yeah, let's just fix this. Next.js course. Wasn't that the name of it? Oh, God damn it. It's the wrong package. Next.js course. What? Is it this one? Oh, it is this one. Why the hell? Oh, well. Yeah, so you see the handler? This is where it actually runs the thing. and I find it very curious. Let's see. But let's. I just want to try this first because there's something weird going on here. Okay, so I have yarn and package JSON. So what if I just add another commit here? My commit. Then we have these pending changes, package JSON. Okay, so let's just move that over there. And then we'll rewrite history here. And I think this will fail. No, that actually worked. Okay, now I'm even more confused. Why did that work? And okay, so let's stop this one. Let's build. Let's try running the so maybe it adds. Yeah, seriously, I have seriously no idea why. Yeah. Okay, so now let's try running the edit PR, the actual production version. And let's make a silly. This is also interesting. Why is that's modified, but it's not being picked up here? Oh no. We were having such a good start on our day, and then we just get into random shit. Why isn't this being? Is it because it's unstaged? Yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah, I wonder why it was. Okay, what the hell? Is there a history here now? No, there isn't any history. Okay, something's going on here. Anyways, let's try. Should be here. Move that over. Let's update. Yeah, now it's suddenly working. Or, well, kind of working. It's staging it, but something goes wrong. Okay, that's fine. As long as it actually runs the thing. Oh yeah, it's the user authority thing. But I thought that was actually... User local yarn start. Author identity unknown. Okay, let's try running this manually. Let's... Oh, address in use. That shouldn't matter though. Oh, okay. That's interesting. okay, so that actually worked. But why didn't it work when I ran it? Oh yeah. Of course, when you run the task, we run that task as picture host. But when I run it, yeah, okay. But then we know that. Okay, so I think this is actually working. So what we're going to do, we're going to fork from main again. And now we're going to imagine that we are actually running the demo. So what I need to do for this demo, and I can actually run it in no, because I can't run it in dev mode either. Okay, so what I need to prep for the demo is I need to go to the terminal. I need to do yarn build so that we have the latest version in production. I don't really need to run the production version. Yeah, I really don't need to run the production version. Yeah, let's try without the production version. Okay, but what I have to do, I have to reset the demo. So now we should get some commits there. And then I'm going to like git push set upstream origin draft descending wind. God damn it. Git push, I can't remember. Oh, sorry, git push set upstream origin draft condescending wind. How the condescending. Oh, what the fuck? Oh my god, this is annoying. There we go. So I have to do that. Then I need to open the PR like this. And actually the demo starts here. And then I can actually run the thing. Dev. I can open it here. I can open it here. There we go. And then the demo will actually start here. So I'm talking about like I have this PR. We can see I've added multiple commits here. If I go to files change, I will get the end result where I have to where things are out of order. Like why did where does this come from? And why did I add this package kind of thing? And then I can go here and I can choose, okay. I can choose a single commit. Then I have this other commit. Like it's very slow. Yeah, I have to reason about a good story here. But the point is that it's very tricky to go in and go through each commit and understand what changed in order. So if we move into, yeah, and I should really start the thing. How should I do that? It's so annoying that I can't start it with my user. Like I would really like to do it here, but I can't do that because it runs as picture host. That's very interesting. Okay, I'll have to figure that out later. But then blah, 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 blah. Here you always start on the first commit. You can see what files are in that commit. You get the full contents of the file. You can easily change to the next commit. It's like insta and so on. But not only that, you can actually toggle the mode and you can start readjusting. I actually found another bug. So if we move this into a single one, you see when I tab here, we're not fixing the things that are replaced is not like removed. So for example, I replaced the comments here. You see that? I replaced. So these are actually correct. Well, none of them are correct. This should actually result in no diffing, I think. Oh yeah, this is interesting. Yeah. This should actually result in no diffing, because I added a file here, and now this would be the contents of that file. Yeah, so the old contents here is the original contents of this file. No, sorry, the initial contents is not updated. And that's interesting. Oh, how would I do that? Ooh. No, because I actually build the initial contents. Oh, I can actually fix this quite quickly, I think. Not here, no. Because we have in the utility PR client, we're actually getting the... What's happened to the syntax highlighting here? What? That's weird. Well, get initial contents. What we do if added change is in a later commit, there is no content yet. But we can also say, if it's just an added change, what we want to return is the current contents of that file. Yeah, we can actually fix that. Do I want to do that now? No, I don't think so. There's something weird going on here. I was hoping to work on the PR. Okay, let's just try writing the logic for it. It would be nice to. So, if added change, what we really want to do is we want to return. We actually want to run the whole thing, like get initial. We want to get lines. By SHA index, we want to get lines, and we already have the initial contents. So data files, file path, initial contents, and then we have data files, file path dot hunks. And then we have the SHA index. So now we're actually getting we want to get the lines and we want to join them by this. So I think this change is actually going to fix that thing. So we can take a quick look at that and see if that's actually the case. Oh. That's weird. Oh, because I'm still applying the operations on top of this again. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, that didn't work. And it didn't work because now I already had the contents and I applied operations. This is very interesting. It's kind of like if you move something into an added change, it means that it shouldn't run the operations. It should really just change the initial contents. But then you wouldn't be able to like move those hunks out again. So maybe it should work the way it did work. Okay, but I'm considering that's something for later. That's about user experience. But the point is at least because now like I can still move this change out again if I want to do that, which is important. Okay. Okay, so now we know how to run the thing. We have GitHub in there. It's more like just exactly how I'm going to tell that story, jumping between the two things. So I'll definitely go to GitHub first to explain like the common thing. I do wonder why index is first. Is index first because of alphabetical order? Or is it because it's part of the first commit? That's something I wonder about. Probably alphabetical order. Because you can have the same file can be in multiple commits, so that would be weird. Anyways, so I'll talk about that. I'll move to the project editor where I'll start the actual thing. And then I'll open this and I talk about how you can read the story live like this, like it's much more fluent. Oh, sorry. Like this, it's much more fluent. And then I say you can also edit. And I'll go in here, I'll do that edit. Maybe we could finish the edit. So this should be called create utility. And I want this here. And this should be consume utility. And then actually, oh yeah, adding the library should be the first commit. Add suite math. I want that to be there. And now when we read the story, it says add suite math, create utility, consume utility. And then that's okay. I'll update that. It updates and it didn't work. Why didn't it work? Oh, fudge, we have. Oh, there we have it. Why didn't it rewrite the story? So now it suddenly didn't work. Why the hell didn't it work this time? So that's what I experienced last time as well. It's like when I actually... And like now nothing happens here. It's as if it doesn't run at all. And I'm not getting any errors or anything. It's almost like if I run that reset demo script first, then it stops working. How can that happen? I don't understand this. Okay, so let me just add utility. Let me just change that one and update. Like, why the hell doesn't it work now? I am stunned by confusion. Why is it different now from what I did before? I haven't made a single change. And suddenly it doesn't receive any post requests. What the fudge? You see this? I'm getting a 403. But why am I getting that now and why didn't I get that before? And I'm not even getting the request. What the fuck? So if I open now, I get the initial, it's like the initial GET request, which is fine. And then I go in, create utility, and I will get one more GET request because when I update, I do the refresh. But there's no post there. It doesn't even hit the server. But it just worked. I am so confused. Oh, god damn it! I'm like, I don't know where to go from here. Like, where do you start with this? It just worked. I just tested it and it worked. And then suddenly it just doesn't work. So I'm going to just try to make a change here, just to test again. And we're going to close and stop the preview. We're going to run it as my user. Oh, fuck, what was the command? And then we're going to do a silly change. Silly change. I'm going to save that. We're going to open the preview. I'm going to toggle add some commit, move the pending changes over there, and we'll update. And that worked, except pushing, which is fine. So that worked. But what if I now go in and I do demo reset? Oh, no reset demo. So now it's resetting. And let's try running it again. And let's toggle, create utility, update. And now it doesn't work. That makes absolutely no sense. Wait a minute. Am I resetting? Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I'm resetting. No, I'm saying current branch. Like the API is the same, right? Or am I resetting something else? Next config. Okay, let's look at maybe I'm actually resetting more than I intend to. God damn it. So do we have, there's nothing in the Next.js config. The changes here. There's nothing here. How can that reset cause this thing to not work anymore? How can me running this script, how can this script cause that post request to not work anymore? How is that possible? The only thing I could imagine is that, like, for some reason it it removed something to actually explicitly handle that. But there's nothing here that, like, there aren't any changes here. It just stops working. Arr! Arr! Oh my god. And I was so looking forward to this stream today. We were just going. Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Because I have to reset, like I have to create this to be able to do a demo. So we have to do this. But how can that break the post request? It makes absolutely no sense. Like, am I posting something? No, but it's... But nothing is hitting the server. How is that possible? Okay, I'm going to try one thing. We're going to fork this, and we're going to try to run the script without resetting. So we're basic. So we don't do this. We just add commit. Okay, let's see what happens now. So I should still get my commits here. And then we'll run the thing. Toggle the mode. Yeah. Nothing happens. This is what I no idea how to fix this. It makes absolutely no sense. Why does it get post requests? Okay, let's try something else. Let's run it. Let's make a silly change. Package silly change. Update this. And we'll name this something else. Silly. And we'll do update. That works, though it can't push it, which is perfectly fine. And then, okay, now we have a commit. Something else. Whoop, whoop. So refresh this. We have that, and now I want that to be part of silly. So we'll update that. That works. But as soon as I run the reset demo, it fails. Why does it do that? What if I run Is there something in the data that's causing it? Like, yeah, now it suddenly fails again. Maybe it's something in the payload. Is the payload too big or something? It's not that much. is it a Next.js error or Next.js? Okay, let's just not post the data. Let's see what happens. Where are we? Pages, index, post. Okay. Let's try again. So that worked. Okay, so it's the actual data. Why are we getting that? CloudFront limitation. Oh, maybe it's something we have. Yeah, I'm asking my colleague about this. With the big payload, I comment out. Let's see. It's asking me about the size of the payload. So yeah, let's bring back the actual payload. Oh. Let's take a look. Create utility. Update. What's the size? Where do we see the size? Content length. View source. Show more. Well, I guess I can just give. Shoop. But yeah, it's interesting. Like, why does this specific payload fail? is the request, by the way. Oh, Cloudflare. Are we actually using Cloudflare? Oh my god, I just want this thing fixed. Oh my god. This sucks. I didn't want to spend the stream doing this. Maybe we can look at the other stuff while we wait for my colleague to investigate. There's something weird going on, that's for sure. I was thinking maybe there's like a maybe Next.js for some reason doesn't parse this correctly or something. Because this is valid JSON, right? Yeah, it has to be. Like, the browser is able to parse it, so... Yeah, it makes absolutely no sense to me. What's so special about this payload compared to the others? Like, it's relatively big, but yeah. What if we don't do application JSON? So we'll just post it. And now in the server, on the post, we have to do that ourselves. So JSON parse. Let's see what happens now. Create utility. No, that didn't do anything. Request headers. Huh, it's interesting how it actually... Did it identify it as... That's interesting. Okay, so that didn't do anything. Text plain. Yeah, I think we just have to wait for some. It seems to be some deeper issue here that we can't solve on our own. So hopefully I'll get some help with that, and we can rather look at the other thing. That was so annoying. And we spent all that time trying to figure out something we couldn't figure out. Let's see. Yeah, we had an issue yesterday, and I think I just have to restart. We deployed something that broke. It happens. Don't tell me I'm blocked here as well. This is not good. Being blocked by environment issues on two completely different things. That's the worst kind of blocker. Environment blockers. Date O. Because that's the thing I've been working on, right? Oh, this is something else. What was it called? Night? Keen night. Is this the thing I was working on? 24 days ago. No, that wasn't. This is old stuff. What was the thing I was working on? I absolutely no idea what I was working on. By 23, useful glade. This has to be it. There we have it. Okay, great. So we're in the thing again. Yeah, finding your last branch you worked on is actually surprisingly tricky. We have to fix that. Like it's not like it's a technical challenge. It's just that we have a lot to do. What were we doing? Yeah, I figured out we had like an issue with where's web source utils create hooks provider. So it didn't run because it was still using the index here. That's something I figured out yesterday. Cool. So now we should actually be able to run this, and we can commit that optimization. So the thing so previously this create hooks provider, it actually had one provider for every hook, meaning that if any of the hooks updated, all components consuming any hook would reconcile, which is not what we want. So here we do a composition instead. So we register hook with their context, and then when the provider is loaded, it's actually a set of providers. No, didn't it work? Use file explorer. Cannot read properties of null. Okay, so it states that it's null. So there's something weird going on here. Oh, interesting. Oh no. Okay, so I think I know. So, okay, so that's quirk. So because this one is using the other one, it needs to be put first. It needs to be registered first. Because you know each of them has their own provider, and the providers are added like they're nested. So this one was inserted higher than this one. But that's like something that can be dealt with just describing the pattern. So it's not like critical. Oh, it didn't actually work. I wonder, I tested this, it should work. Why is it null? Can I look, do we have React here? Do I have React? Components. Where do we have the... Where is it actually adding the file explorer? Can I search? Like provide file explorer. We don't have that here. Okay, so it's one of these. Oh, god damn it. I thought this this is such a bad stream. No, or a bad start of the day. I thought that was the only issue. That we didn't properly use the context here, but there's something fishy about this as well. Well, it should be two nested. Let's see, provider. Router context, context provider, environment context, provider, debug provider. It should be like a provider in provider. Oh, here it probably is. Tooltip, project editor. Oh my god, we have a lot of providers. Here's picture and everything, onboarding. I think it's this one. No. Ready? don't understand. Where do we actually have the... can I look for File Explorer? Explorer? Do we have... Why isn't this working? Why is it null? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, of course. Sorry. Okay, this doesn't actually work. Because we evaluate the hook. Oh, of course. We evaluate the hook here. So this has nothing to do with the nesting. This is because this is where we call the hook, and the hook is using... Yeah, this doesn't work. Oh. How would we do this? Yeah, no, this won't work. This won't work. Damn it. It has nothing to do with the order. It's because this hook is being called inside the component exposing the providers. So there's nothing here yet on this context. The funny thing though is that we actually do have it. We do have the value. How would we do this? How would we do this? I really want to make that work. So the point here is that we're returning the reducer here. And why is that any, by the way? Yeah, there we go. And we want to put the dispatcher on its own provider because that's a problem for us. We have an optimization problem where we're just consuming the dispatcher a lot of different places, but we're not consuming the state. But they will still reconcile whenever the state changes. And we don't want that. And that means we need to access the dispatcher and put it on its own provider. But it would be nice to be able to do that with this tool. You could say like register hook and then we could call it like use hook. Maybe we could do that. So we would say, instead of register hook, we would say use hook, use file explorer, and that will give us yeah, so, or maybe we could change the signature here. So we could say register hook, use file explorer, and then value, and then we would just say value. It makes sense in terms of signature because you can't pass anything to use File Explorer anyways. So this would be more like, okay, register a hook based on this other hook. And then you could actually compose that even further if you wanted to do that for some reason. Okay, let's try implementing that. So register hook takes an optional callback. Why is register? Oh yeah, here we go. So CB would be if we have that, it would be the value would be the return type of H, and it doesn't really matter what it returns. Yeah, this is interesting. Yeah, so we would just have to do like T here and then whatever we return. Yeah, so this is the thing. Actually, this needs to be two different signatures. Let's see. So we have this signature, and then we need another one where we actually do have a callback where, yeah, H extends, blah, blah, blah. And then we have T, and then we have value would be the return type of H, and then it would return T, and then the actual return type here would be T. Yes. I wonder why this suddenly fell so. Because this is always the same. Is it the order? Yeah. No. Why is it type props T? Any is not assignable to. Why does it suddenly complain about that now? Oh, sorry. We're double using. Let's call it HR or something. There we go. Okay. So what we want to do here is, if we have a callback. Why does that fail? Oh. Oh, that's interesting. Do we actually have to do this? Interesting. Okay, we'll figure out the typing. Just see if I have any sessions. I think most people are out today because of JS Heroes. So what do we want to do? If we have that callback, we need to find this hook. Source hook is hooks find. Let's see. Hook item hook item dot hook equals hook. So that's the source. Oh wait, this doesn't work. How do we do this? Because this is not like this needs to happen here. This is where we evaluate it. Damn it! This suddenly became a lot trickier. Is there a way we can insert a function here that will actually that would actually just work? So it gets the props. Damn it, my brain isn't quite working. So what we want to do is, this is a different kind of hook. We want to evaluate it differently. Instead of passing in the props, we rather want to pass in the return type of a previously evaluated hook. So maybe this should rather be, yeah, this should be, we should call this something else. So what should we call this? Derived hooks. That's a good term. And it's actually the same kind of thing, but it needs to be evaluated. Yeah, so we have, oops, we have hook and we have source hook, which is the same. Maybe I should make this typing better. Type hook. Hook, hook, hook. Hook, hook, hook. Extends. Oh yeah. Sorry, T, and then extends hook T, and then again extends hook T. Okay, that cleaned it up nicely. Yeah, so this is interesting. Like, this isn't really a hook. It's more, okay. So we will keep hook and then derive callback. Because this would be wow, this is interesting. How would I do this? So this derived callback would actually be, the value here would be the return type of this one, but it's, maybe we don't have to define that. Value, any. I think that's perfectly fine. And then we'll call this, oh, derive callback and derive callback So if we have a derive callback, we are going to rather push derived hooks. Yeah, and good thing about this as well is that now it doesn't matter if you put it before or after, which is great. So the hook is still the hook, and then we have derive callback. And then with derived hooks, we are going to, because now we're ensured that we're actually running these things first. So we're going to concat. So we have the evaluated hooks. So I just have to think about this. I think we need the derived hooks first. Well, it's interesting because now when we reduce right, what does that mean? We get the children. Do we pack everything around the children? Which one do we get first? Evaluated hooks. Should the derived hooks be before or after evaluated hooks? I think before. I think before. Yeah, because we're wrapping one provider over the other. Okay, let's try that. So now we need const evaluated derived hooks would be derived hooks, and then we map so the hook here would actually be, let's see, I guess we need all of them. Context, derive, callback, and of course we can just add the context for it, but we should we need to find the evaluated hook. Find oh fuck. That doesn't work. No, sorry, we have to look in hooks, because this is going to give us yeah, find index. So this is going to give us the index of the thing that we're looking for, and then that thing is going to be passed into the derive callback. Of course, that doesn't work. Oh. And then we have the context. Like this is how concat. Okay, let's see now. Why is this a problem? Oh, it needs to be initialized. Values unknown. Okay, interesting. What? Oh, it's not able to. Something wrong with the typing. Of course, of course. How does this work? I never remember this. Do I need to do this? Yeah. Now that's any. It doesn't help much. Oh. What's up with the TypeScript server? Why is it calling it any? I am confused again. Why is this suddenly any? That's like, it's not possible to make it any. That's correct. Why is this any? Use reducer doesn't return any. I'm about to freaking explode. Of course this states any, because this states any, but why the hell does that state any? Like, it can't be any. It's a freaking reducer. And this one is also typed correctly. State or undefined. Like, all of this is actually returning stuff. Why? What's happening here? How can use reducer return any? How is that possible? When we have a type, we have a typed first argument, we have a typed second argument, and then it infers it to any. How is that possible? It makes no sense. No sense. What? Now it suddenly worked. There's something fishy going on here. Okay, but now at least it worked. Dispatches. So when you call this, you get a dispatch for action. Okay? Oh, that was scary. Oh. That still didn't work. Properties of undefined. Oh, I think that's more me. Find index. Why didn't I find the index of... should have found the index. Oh, but it's undefined. Oh, that's also weird. Registered hook. So, does it even find anything? What the fuck? That's weird. -1. It didn't find anything. Well, how could it not find it? Oh, of course. Oh, sorry. It is the... it's this one we want. Oh. Interesting. It's this one we actually want to compare to. Okay, let's change this a little bit. So let's call it hook. This is a reference. And then we have origin hook. And here we have origin, not origin hook, the actual hook. Okay, cool. And then what we're going to do, we're going to call the origin hook here. We're not actually going to do anything about the hook there, but we are going to use it here, registered hook. Rename registered hooks. Well, no, let's just call them hooks, sorry. And what we need to do is so what we need to do, we're not passing in, we're actually passing in the hook. So, God damn it. So origin hook, origin hook, sorry, or origin hook, and then the hook is actually going to be this is going to be the hook, and we're actually going to pass that in like so. Because now we have a reference to the thing you reference. I'm not even going to explain that. Basically now what we get back here is the thing that we return from register hook. And that's the thing we're referencing here. So we need to be able to find it. Oh, you see that? It's working. Cool, and now we have optimized everything. I'm going to comment on this. This should become its own library. This is like super, super nice to have. One thing though, I don't know how to solve the consumer. Maybe we should look at that as well. And we should comment this. So we can just say dispatch, and then we'll return the dispatch. We can even do this. So the point is that when we now register this hook, it means that we have our own provider now for the dispatcher, which means that whenever we use the File Explorer dispatcher, it's optimized. It won't reconcile when the state of this reducer changes because we're not putting it on the context. We're only putting the dispatcher on the context. But let's talk about the consumer. Let's talk about the consumer, because the consumer is... we're actually using it as well, the consumer. I don't like the consumer of context providers. And we could argue that we don't support it, or we could just postpone it. We could just postpone it. Oh, let's remove this, because you don't really have a way to, like, how would you, well, what you could do, we could create a consumer where you would do something like file explorer consumer, and you would actually reference which hook. Yeah, we could do that. It's interesting. But in that case, you don't really need a file explorer consumer. You would just have a consumer, and then you would just say use. Yeah, this is fun, and I don't understand this consumer. So you could say like use file explorer. Like, why doesn't it work like this? And then you would have your stuff in here. So you just have a single consumer component for any hook. Okay, we can reflect on that. We don't need that consumer yet, so we can rather tackle it when we get there. A factory for creating a program which allows you to register singleton hooks. Whenever a hook should only be a single. When a hook is considered to be a single instance shared between any component in the app, this factor allows you to do so. That was weird. And these hooks gets their props through the provider instead of directly to the hook, as two unrelated component. This hook gets their props through the provider instead of directly to the hook. As two unrelated components consuming the same hook, like the point is, like, it's so weird if you have a single instance hook taking props, and then you have 5 different components consuming that hook, and they all pass in different props. It doesn't make any sense. These hooks gets their props through the provider instead of directly to the hook. As two could pass different arguments, which makes no sense. Okay, and then some derived hook. Some hook set foo. Set foo. You can, yeah, we should also note that every hook gets their own provider, which avoids unnecessary reconciliation for unrelated hooks. Some derived hook, register hook, blah blah blah. By referencing an existing hook, you can derive its return value, which puts that value on its own context. For example, exposing just the dispatcher of a reducer to avoid reconciliation when the reducer state changes. Okay. Like the React team would be like, oh, this is horrible, you shouldn't have to do this, but well, we do. Like, we have issues with reconciliation, so we have to optimize. Okay, so cool. I think this is nice. Invalid a non-iterable instance. Why is it saying that? Did it change anything? What is the difference of doing value 1? Now it says any again. Why the hell does it say any? What's going on with this language server? Why did this work and not... What? And this didn't work? That makes absolutely no sense. God damn it. We also saw that rendering more hooks. That's also a problem. We can actually fix that. Has rendered false. We just say has rendered true. And if we try to register, if it has rendered, we just return. If it's drive, it's already been added. Like this is hot module reloading. Oh, I wonder if these change its reference on hot module reloading. That would be a problem. Oh, fuck. I don't think this works with hot module reloading. Because if we do hot module reloading, I think like it will run register hook again. And the functions are now a different reference. It seems that like we have to, it's more about identifying when hot module reloading happens to clean out the arrays. damn. Okay, let's look at that as well. Oh, god damn it. This became a lot more work than I thought it would be. But I don't understand this thing. Why the hell doesn't that work when the other one works? Oh. Okay, so I'm passing the wrong thing, that's for sure. Oh, yeah, sorry. Oh, yeah, and that's why I got the error. Okay, good thing we noticed that. So, evaluated hooks, we're actually going to pass the actual hook. Oh wait, we're not going to pass the hook, we're going to pass the result of that hook. This is what we want to do. It's not a function, okay. Why is it not a function? Evaluated. Oh wait, sorry, I'm doing the wrong thing here. Oh yeah, sorry, this is wrong. Hooks find index. Sorry, find. We need to find the registered hook, and we just call that hook. Because we don't want to call the. Yeah, exactly. Or do we? No, wait. What the hell? No, wait a minute. It should be evaluated hooks. And hook. And then we have evaluated the right hooks, evaluated hook. And the value here is... Why is the value hook? That doesn't make any sense. I think we should... Yeah, this should be a hook value. Let's call it hook value instead. Concat evaluated. Yeah, because it's going to be the hook value that we actually pass in. Yeah. Yeah, now it's correct. What the hell did I do wrong? Anyways. So now we should be able to say dispatch. Dispatch. There we go. Yeah, I wonder what I did wrong. Anyways. I also want to look at how often does this provider actually run. Well, it does, yeah, it's kind of tricky to... Yeah, anyways. Okay, so this is running now. It's optimized. We're able to derive. That's nice. That's super nice. And we got documentation. Okay, I think we're ready to commit this. Yeah, and we're dispatching to the Explorer to open that file. It's working. Okay. hooks provider. So let's commit that. Okay, so I'm wondering if this should actually be a PR in itself. Add environment variables. Yeah, and we got the environment. Yeah, we got the secrets and everything, so that's also working. Should we make this a separate PR? It does have a bit of changes. Optimize hooks provider. Okay, I think, yeah, let's do that. We'll create a PR for this, and then we'll create a branch off of this where we'll actually refactor the file explorer to latest React states. Okay, about this PR, Jasper, I identified that we often use only dispatchers, causing unnecessary reconciliation when the accompanying state updates. The create hooks provider is now optimized to create a context for every hook. And it allows you to derive a context from an existing hook. Example, use some reducer, register hook, use reducer, whatever. Use some reducer dispatcher equals register hook, use some reducer dispatch. Also updated to latest React states where refactor of secrets was needed, but just a tiny change. Optimized create provider, create hooks provider to create a context for every hook. Allow deriving hooks to optimize usage of dispatcher, etc. Refactor secrets to latest React states. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Tested. Maybe we should test. We should probably. Is this the one? Secrets, add environment variables. Bloop, blop. Let's just see if it actually adds it as well. And it did. Yeah, we don't have to restart the instance. Just wanted to see that it's actually added to the thingy. Yeah, let's refresh to make sure that's the case. loading, adding and removing secrets. Running the app with optimized CreateUX provider. Also dispatching the isolated Explorer dispatcher. Yeah, and that's it. Create pull request. Secrets. Yeah, it's there. Bloop. Nice. Let's remove it. Yeah, cool. Okay, so that's it. Let's put that in there. 17 files changed. Oh yeah, we and, oh, there we go. Edit. Update the existing usage of React states to use the renamed use transition effect. Okay, so this is just use transition. Oh yeah, of course, yeah, we updated the actual states project as well. That's the biggest change. So if we like, yeah. So the actual thing that changed here is like use temp secrets. Yeah, we use transition effect. Oh, that's wrong. If you want in its own content, like a dispatcher, create a new registered hook referencing the source. So this would be use something dispatch. Okay. Let's fix that. Cool. And then that's it. Yeah, we adjusted. That's also a change. We adjusted. Okay, cool. And we adjusted File Explorer to the features pattern. That's also something we did. Yeah, so good thing we didn't do anything more here. Okay, let's ask. Yeah, this is like where we should add the edit PR tool. Like we should be able to like put all the updates to React states in one commit, so you could just focus on the things that matters. Have I gotten? let's see. What were we doing? Yeah. Oh, god damn it. Fucking type checker. Oh yeah, of course, the tests. I forgot about the tests. I always forget about the tests. Wait. Okay. I want some interesting tests. Unit tests? I wonder which one of them failed. Which one of them failed? That wasn't very good output, was it? Pass. Oh, it's CodeSandbox states that failed? This output is we changed to PMPM, which is a good thing, but I'm very confused by the output. Probably because I don't. Oh, fuck. I have to fix that as well. Oh my god. Okay, so I don't actually think these are necessary anymore. The problem is that yeah, this is an old API from React states where you could like create a hook and you could name the states you wanted to consume, which might seem like a good idea, but it's actually a bad idea. It should read the reducer should rather be passed as a prop. With these states. So what we should do here instead is really okay, so let's remove that and we'll rather say match prop. From CodeSandbox states. Oh yeah, and then we have to I thought this would work. Oh yeah, maybe this doesn't work on I'm noticing I'm kind of in a bad mood. Like this morning didn't go as planned. I think I'll stop the stream and I'll sit here by myself shouting at the screen. and hopefully I get some help with yeah, I'll sit there, shout at the screen, and hopefully we have something running soon. Okay, bye.